Good morning. Welcome to Thought for the Day on Thursday, the 20th of April. Today's reading is John chapter 21, verses 1 to 14, and I'm reading from the English Standard Version of the Bible. Jesus appears to 7 disciples. After this, Jesus revealed himself again to the disciples by the Sea of Tiberias. And he revealed himself in this way: Simon Peter, Thomas called the twin, Nathanael of Cana in Galilee, the sons of Zebedee, and 2 others of his disciples were together. Simon Peter said to them, "I am going fishing." They said to him, "We will go with you." They went out and got into their boat. But that night they caught nothing. Just as day was breaking, Jesus stood on the shore. Yet the disciples did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to them, "Friends, do you have any fish?" And they answered him, "No." He said to them, "Cast the net on the right side of the boat, and you will find some." So they cast it, and now they were not able to haul it in because of the quantity of fish. That disciple whom Jesus loved therefore said to Peter, "It is the Lord." When Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he put on his outer garment, for he was stripped for work, and threw himself into the sea. The other disciples came in the boat, dragging the net full of fish, for they were not far from the land, but about 100 yards off. When they got out on land, they saw a charcoal fire in place, with fish laid out on it, and bread. Jesus said to them, "Bring some of the fish that you have just caught." So Simon Peter went aboard and hauled the net ashore, full of large fish, 153 of them. And although there were so many, the net was not torn. Jesus said to them, "Come and have breakfast." Now none of the disciples dared ask him, "Who are you?" They knew it was the Lord. Jesus came and took the bread and gave it to them, and so with the fish. This was now the 3rd time that Jesus was revealed to the disciples after he was raised from the dead. The disciples have travelled with Jesus for 3 years. They have believed in him, but frequently they have not understood him. Much of what he said to them, especially in those last few weeks and days, must have seemed rather cryptic at the time. They were devastated by the crucifixion. They knew he was the Messiah, staked their lives and futures on it, in fact. But now what? Between Easter and Pentecost, the disciples are rather in limbo. After the horror of Good Friday came the hope of Easter Sunday. He is risen. He is risen indeed. They have seen him, touched his wounds, and then been told to wait until you have been clothed with power from on high. What even is that? And how long must they wait? I don't know about you, but I have a tendency to be rather impatient while I wait for God to reveal his plans. Perhaps the disciples were too. I rather imagine that impulsive Peter, for instance, would have found the waiting difficult. They are waiting. But there is an unacknowledged undercurrent of fear, of frustration, of despondency, perhaps even of boredom. Peter decides to go fishing. He doesn't know what else to do, and besides, he feels a need to be out on the sea, with the comfort of familiar old routines. The others choose to go with him. They too want to be doing something, feeling the breeze, smelling the salt air. A sense of release then, of purpose, of freedom and camaraderie as they set out. And then they fish all night, and they have absolutely nothing to show for it. The high spirits with which they set out have been whittled away through the night. Now they really are frustrated and despondent, weary, hungry. It is a low point. And that is where Jesus meets them, at their low point, on the shore. At the edge where water meets land, where the disciples' ordinary endeavour meets God's divine intervention, and miracles happen. I love that when this stranger on the shore tells them to throw their nets on the other side, they do. Something in the last 3 years has taught them to be open to possibilities that they would not have considered before. To be waiting for the miracle. And so they obey, and God's abundance fills their nets. They hadn't recognized Jesus. They hadn't been looking for him. But now they see the hallmarks of his presence, and they know that it is him. It's so very unbelievable that they want to double check. But deep inside they know that this is real. But there's more. Jesus has already lit the fire, cooked some fish, and he asks them to contribute some of the fish they have just caught. He can, of course, provide the fish required without their assistance, but he wants them to be participants, not merely recipients, to share from the abundance given to them. Wow, what a lesson. Lord, show me where I am toiling fruitlessly in my own strength. Meet me on the shore when I am exhausted and out of ideas. Open my ears to hear your direction. Open my eyes to the possibility of everyday miracles. And when I am at my lowest, when I am in need of nourishment, invite me to share a beach barbecue with you and show me what I can bring to the party. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day.